thank you so much for coming to the Wednesday Lunch and Learned. Our topic today is zoomed out, stressed out, exhausted from isolating. Even if you're not, give your body a mind, body, spirit, immune system boost with a well-deserved gentle Qigong practice for your internal organs, followed by some guided, luscious relaxation. Anybody in? I know I am. Let's do it. And Megha Nancy Buttenheim is going to be our leader today. She is the founding director and CJO, Chief Joy Officer of Let Your Yoga Dance and Let Your Yoga Dance for Parkinson's. She is the author of Expanding Joy, Let Your Yoga Dance, and since 1985, Megha has been a faculty member and teacher trainer at Kripalu and has been the director of movement and meditation with the Whole Being Institute of Positive Psychology since its inception. Now, Megha, I think this is your third class with us for the Lunch and Learn series. Is that right?
That's right.
So what I'm gonna do, everybody, today is I'm gonna disable the chat so that we can really focus on what Megha is gonna be having us focus on. And then,
Caroline, can I just
spotlight her? Sure,
can I
of course.
just add, Caroline, that I wrote a lot of things at the top of the chat, things that you might be interested in, everyone. The metta prayer that we're going to do in a minute, and some of the things that I'm about to do. So you might later on just scan down that and see if there's anything that you want to take home with you. Okay.
Now, Megha, the other thing, just so you know, and maybe I will do this at the top, depending on when people joined is when they'll see the chat. Mm-hmm. So if you put something that at the top, they probably wouldn't see it. So the one I saw was, the first one I see is another tip from Megha. Is that where you wanted us to start?
Well, if you go to the top of the chat, you're going to see a huge, big bunch of information, which
what I'm saying is that is the top of the chat for me. Yeah. So it isn't in there yet. So what I would like you to do right now is to copy the information that you would like everyone to see and then re-put it in the chat.
Okay, that's interesting. It didn't make it. Maybe I wrote too much.
No, yeah, it's all right.
All right, here we go again. We'll try
no, you shouldn't be taking notes. Can you get her to repost everything?
I am.
Sure. And remember, yes, that's what we're doing now. And remember, at the end of the week, we don't have Lunch and Learns on Fridays anymore, but at the end of the week, we're going to be sending you the recording. And it is recording, I can check that. And let's just see if she has, I will make it, you able to post to me. There we go. Yep, now it's there.
A lot of information.
Okay, so everyone can, if you need to chat, you can chat with me, but we're going to close the chat right now so that Megha can take us through this wonderful sort of relaxation, de-stressing from Zoom or whatever else right now. Thanks.
Thank you, Caroline.
You're welcome.
And like so many of us, the noontime JCC Whole Being Institute Lunch and Learns have been a wonderful experience for me, both as a presenter, but also as a participant. It really has been a huge help and a new community. I'm just ecstatic. I have a whole brand new community and I live by myself, not even a dog and not even a plant. This ficus is not real. So I don't have that much to water. So this is really a valuable time for me to be with all of you. And yet, that being said, Zoom has been a lifeline, but also a bit of a nemesis from time to time when it's just been challenging. And I've got some friends who said, I can't do your classes, I'm Zoomed out. And I thought, well, maybe we need to do a Zoom class on being zoomed out. So this hour is going to be two-pronged. We're going to be doing some Qigong, which is really Chinese yoga. It's a different form of yoga than you might think of from India. Gentle relaxing movements that are all coordinated with the breath. We'll do that for the first half, and then the second half, I'm going to put you to bed. And that could be on the floor, on your sofa, wherever it's comfortable, and I'm going to guide you in a nice, juicy relaxation because it has been researched over the decades that 20 minutes of deep relaxation can be worth 3 hours of sleep. So you'll have a nice opportunity to give your thinking, your prefrontal cortex, a little bit of a holiday, a Sabbath, actually. So you don't have to think about external research right now. Just let your body and your mind and your spirit come together quietly, slowing down, and we'll see where we go. All right. So with that, let's start with a meditation, which we'll do now, and then I'll come back to it at the end. So feel free to close your eyes. And feel the breath inside your belly. Feel the rise of the belly when the breath comes in and the releasing on the breath out. Nothing to push, nothing to try to do, just feel the breath flowing in and flowing out. And at this time, we ask the breath to slow down a little bit. The more we slow the breath, the more the mind will slow. And when we slow down breath and mind, the body starts to have a turn to be heard. And then it comes together with spirit, body, mind, spirit. So we start with metta, loving kindness practice. And I'm going to share some metta resolves with you. And all you have to do is feel them, think them. And of course, I would like to offer these metta resolves first and foremost to our frontliners, all the doctors and the nurses and those who are helping us live during this serious worldwide pandemic. And so we offer these resolves of loving kindness. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you have ease. May you be healthy. May you be protected and safe. May you feel contented and pleased. May your body, mind, spirit be lifted in grace. May your lives unfold smoothly with ease. And then just keep the breath flowing freely and think of your loved ones. Think of yourself. And we offer metta to our more closely knit family of friends, relatives, and our own self. May we be happy. May we know peace. May we have ease of well-being. May we be protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our body, mind, spirit be lifted in grace. May our lives unfold smoothly with ease. And then finally, see if you can wrap your consciousness all the way around our beautiful blue-green planet, who is a lot healthier now. Even though human beings are not as healthy, the planet is healthy because we're not doing as many damaging things to our Mother Earth Gaia. So think of different countries and all the people who live here, the animals, the trees, the oceans, and we send metta to all beings. May all beings be protected and safe. May all beings be contented and pleased. May our body, mind, spirit be lifted in grace. May all lives unfold smoothly, with ease. And then before opening your eyes, bring your hands at about heart level, facing up. And imagine inviting the past, your very own past, into your right hand and the future into your left hand. The past is already gone, the future is not yet here. And then bring these palms together into Anjali Mudra, prayer position. So we're bringing future and past together into the present moment. And ask your mind, if it would be so kind, to truly stay here, inside your body, inside these moments, rather than like being a puppy dog scampering around to answer a phone or to just wash the dishes in the next little bit. See if you can actually give your body and your mind and your spirit the grace of being here now. And offer a namaste to yourself if you wish, meaning I bow to my indwelling spirit. And then when you're ready, open up your eyes, and you could probably see a few folks in the little square, so offer a namaste to one another as we come into our practice of Qigong. So with that, we're going to come into, there are a few different things I'd like to offer you today. And one is just, first of all, knowing what Qigong actually means. So there are two things, Qi or Qi and Gong. And Gong, G-O-N-G, means working with. And Qi is vital energy, our own vital energy. So Qigong means working with energy. I like to say really dancing with energy, because all of the movements are very slow and they really work when we coordinate our breath with them. And there are different aspects of Qigong, and one of them is tapping and massaging. And we find different ways to activate our Qi in our hands and all over the body. So let's start by just doing what I always call a synovial shake, starting with the hands and the fingers. And this is a surefire way of activating your Qi. And also in yoga, it's known as prana. It's exactly the same thing. So the other thing that's happening, we've got so many things going on while we're doing this. The synovial fluid is getting active, and it is going to all the joints, your fingers, your knuckles, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. If you've got sore shoulder, keep your arms down. If your shoulders are happy, you can bring your arms up. And if you're chilly, I don't know about you, but my room down here in my studio is a little chilly. And I'm noticing that just doing this is warming me up. Now there's more joints in the body. So keep the arms going and stand on one foot. If you don't like balancing, grab onto a wall and keep shaking and lift up. And you've got a hip, you've got a knee, you've got ankles and toes. And you might be looking ridiculous, but probably nobody's looking at you. So shake away and breathe. And if you fall, woo, you're dancing, and that's a good thing too. And then other side, shake and shake and shake. And breathe. Keep the breath flowing. So think about your hip joint. Think about your knee, your ankle, your toes. Are there any areas that are sore? I have some, so when we shake like this, it should feel good. And then finally, just fling your arms out. You're still activating all that Qi energy in your hands so fast. And then when I say to stop, just bring your hands about 1/4 of an inch apart. Okay, you ready? Okay, hands just 1/4 of an inch apart. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Do you feel anything? I'm guessing the answer is yes, because you're activated all this Qi and it's warm. Now, take this energy and bring bring it slowly to a part of your body that's needing a little extra healing today. It could be anywhere. You don't even have to touch your physical body. If your heart's broken, bring your hands to your heart. You have a sore back, bring your hands to the back. 3 long, deep breaths. You're sending this chi, prana, right into that which is calming. In the Qigong world, this is called medical Qigong. Your own pharmaceutical company, right inside your body that doesn't cost a dime. More breath. And then wherever that tenderness or irritation might be, bring the hands right onto it. And feel the warmth of your hand. And if you'd like to chant the sound of Om with me, that's a very strong vibration. And that sound will also go right in the place that's calm. So feel free to chant that with me. I love for JCC, it's fun because that's got the word shalom in it. So take a deep breath. And remember, the body loves vibration. So anytime you can chant in that way, any sound, bringing the lips together, it's very, very health producing for the body. So we've just done the synovial shaking, which I usually, when I get up in the morning, I like to do that. Just shake it out. And the next thing that we're going to do, another Qigong movement, is self-massage and tapping. So just take one of your hands and tap down the arm underneath the armpit. Now, interestingly enough, in Japan, they do this as well. It's called doin, self-massage. And then you can come over your thymus area and tap it. I like to make a Tarzan sound at this point, because it feels good. It really feels good. And then take the other hand or fist down, plodding the hands, and then up the underside. And then you can get your shoulders as best as you can. Sometimes I like to take my elbow and help me lift it up, and I can get like a nice pat on the back. And what are we doing this for? We're stimulating the meridians. The meridians go all through the body, and they're energy channels. And we're stimulating them, we're waking them up. Then bring the hands down, and we're coming, go over to your right side. And I might look opposite you, but just go to the right and pummel up. So now you're getting the liver, the ascending colon, and then go across the belly button, transverse colon, stomach. And then on the left side, you're going to get the pancreas and the spleen. So this is wonderful to just massage all these organs. And then you go down one leg. Again, if you're cold, this will warm you up. And also, if you're tired, this will wake you up. And if you can lift up a leg, you can come down and applaud your foot. And then go up the underside. If that's not working for you, just hang out best you can. And if you're in a chair, totally fine. And then get your butt. Are you breathing? It's helpful to breathe. Go down the other side. Again, this is tapping, a very integral part of the Qigong practice. And then if there's anything you haven't gotten yet, notice I didn't do the head. You can totally do the head. I ordinarily would do the face. That's not quite the thing we're doing nowadays, but just do a virtual love fest on your face. If you feel safe to do your ears, ears are wonderful to massage. And then just pause a moment and see how it feels. Hopefully you feel a little more stimulated, a little more alive. Now, the last time I was here, we did a lung massage. This was when I did the joyful moves for balancing and boosting your energy. I'd like to revisit that for those of you who were with me that time and introduce a lung massage here, because I think at this time in our pandemic, it's important to really care for the lungs, not only because they're in charge of respiration, but they also hold grief. And millions of us are grieving. I'd be surprised that if anybody weren't grieving at this point. So cross your arms. Now know that your hands, this is so cool about Qigong, your hands are perfect for your body. So if you're looking at my body, you might have a wider or a narrower body. Your hands are going to go to the exact right place, okay? Now go to your clavicle. You know where that clavicle is? It's that big bony thing. Collarbone, okay? Mine comes right like that. You can feel the bone, okay? Now notice where your index finger is resting. All you have to do is just slowly come down about 1/2 inch. And instead of feeling bone, you'll feel a little indentation, right? A little squishy. That is called the lung 2 point, T-W-O. And massage it. Just circle around and around, all right? So you're not massaging bone. You're massaging right beneath the bone. And if you're worried about, am I in the right place? You are. If you just come right down from the bone to the soft spot around where your index finger is. And just take about a minute on your own to breathe and massage there. And notice what you feel. Be really curious about what you feel. Depending on what's been happening for me in my day, sometimes this could actually make me cry. Or sometimes it's very comforting. It should be just a nice, gentle massage. The lungs hold grief. And the lungs are responsible for our breathing. And right now, we need our lungs on full capacity. We need to be healthy to withstand this thing. So I like to massage every single morning and before I go to bed, the lung point. So close your eyes, take about 3 more breaths. And then just give your lungs a little tap. And we're going to move from the lungs now to the liver. Now the liver is on your right side. You can dig in underneath your ribs. Right side, don't look at me. I probably look like I'm doing it on my left side. But I want the goods too, so I'm gonna do it on my right side. Now start to massage there, and this might be painful, so don't make it hurt. Go right before the hurt. All right, it should be like you should feel something, but I don't want it to hurt. My rule of thumb is no pain, gain. Okay, so massage that. Now, some of you might know that the liver stores anger. So if you've been feeling angry about all this wildness on our planet, some of it might be getting stuck. Some of that anger might be getting stuck in your liver. So massage it and comfort it and breathe. And remember, this is a thousands of year old practice. This was not invented 10 minutes ago. This is a very ancient practice we're doing. All right, so we're massaging the liver. And then just massage over back into the stomach. And notice if you find little tender points. And if you do, just hang out there and be kind. And by doing Qigong, we can either help ourselves heal, or we can actually prevent illness right? So when we do it all the time, it helps to practice all the time, just like yoga. All right, now come up where your one hand is below the belly. In Qigong, this is called the lower dantian point, and this hand is at the middle dantian, which is the heart and lungs. And just start massaging there. Our organs, and this is one of the aspects of Qigong, is working with our organs. They need to be warm. And this helps them warm up. Again, I like to do this last thing before I go to bed. I put my hands over my covers and just massage here. It's very comforting. Use about 4 more times. Again, one hand below the belly button and one above. Now just pause and switch hands. So now you're going to do the same thing, but the hands are going in the opposite direction. And then after you've done that, just bring your hands over the lower dantian, a little below the belly button, and take 3 breaths in and out. And I'm going to introduce an acronym to you now. It's called SIFT. I wrote it before in the chat. SIFT. S as in Sarah, I, F as in Frank, T, SIFT. And it stands for scan, identify, feel, and talk. So all we're going to do now is some very gentle, easy movements with the hands, coordinating with the breath. The hands start at the lower dantian, and then lift them to face upward, and slowly breathe the hands up towards the lungs. And then when they come as far as the lungs, turn the hands down to the earth and we sift. In other words, we scan through the body. What do you notice as the hands go down? We identify sensations. Do you feel anything going on in your body? We feel. Is there any discomfort or ease? And we talk, we let the body talk. And when the hands come down below the pelvis, imagine anything that we don't need, the hands send right into the earth. And it becomes like manure, and the earth will transform it. And then we come up again. So we're lifting the hands, facing our body. And then when we lower, we sift or scan, identify, feel, and talk. So the body can actually speak to us if we slow down and listen. So we'll do this 3 more times at your own pace, and really actively begin to notice what's happening inside you. Scanning, identifying, feeling, talking. And if the body is talking to you, it might be giving you guidance. Listen carefully, and maybe, just maybe, you can start obeying the body. If your eyes are not closed, close them now. And do 3 more rounds of sifting. And when you complete your last round, bring your hands all the way up overhead. And this is called a Qi shower. Just send all that energy you've collected in your hands and shower your body with that energy. Twice more. Inhale up. The Qi shower. You can do this anytime, anywhere. In fact, to do Qigong outdoors, if it's warm, that's the best place. Find a tree and just send a little love into the tree while you're doing your practice. And then bring your hands over your pelvis, and we're doing one more experience, and this is again for the liver, one more before we relax. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is my right leg, so I'm taking my right leg out, and those of you who know yoga, you have a little baby warrior going on, and I'm just bending forward and then back. Right, so you can try to do that, see how that feels for you. Again, you can always do Qigong in a chair. You don't have to be standing. So what are we doing now? We're doing the sifting again, scanning, identifying, feeling, and talking, but this time we're going to be focusing on the liver and the gallbladder on our right side. So what we do is we lean back, bring your hands at about lung level, and press down. And just imagine that you're sending any stuff, any anger out of your liver into the earth. Let the earth wash it, and then reach up to about eye level, and then bend the left leg back and start again. So as you bend that left leg, scan through the liver, reach forward and up. You're just going back and forth, sifting, scanning, identifying, feeling, and talking. Let the earth take the fertilizer, lift it up, and come back. Now, are you coordinating your breath with movement? You can inhale as you come up, then lean back, and exhale the hands down. One last time. And then when you come up, just bring your left leg down and make a big circle. Again, a Qi shower around your body. And pause to complete one side. And then we shift to face the other direction and step that left leg out and just begin to get used to going back and forth. So now the left knee is bending and straightening. And what's on this side? What's on the left side? Pancreas and spleen are over here. So when you put your weight over your bent right knee, hands up, and slowly sift down, wiping away any energy that's stuck. Give it to the earth. Inhale up, and bring the hands back towards your heart and lungs. Exhale down. Inhale up. And you can go much slower than I am if you wish. It's your pace that matters. The breath is long and deep. Inhale up. Lean back, bend that back knee as you reach down. One last time. And when you're ready, put the weight back onto your right foot, bring the left down, and again, make a Qi shower all over your body until your hands come to rest At the lower dantian, below the belly button, close your eyes and receive. And then when you're ready, open up the eyes, and it's time to switch gears now. So I'm going to invite you to take this chi-filled body to a spot in your space. And either there are a couple of things you can do. You can sit, you can lie down on the floor if you have something warm beneath you or warm over you. I love to put my legs up the wall. You can do that. And I'm going to guide you now in a relaxation, which might enliven you, it might send you off to sleep. Whatever happens is what you need. So just find that spot. Now you have this wonderful opportunity to take rest. You have your own many minutes of Sabbath time. I'm going to be guiding you in two relaxation practices. One is called polarity breathing, where you're going to be envisioning sending breath to one limb and then the other, inhaling through one and out through the other. And then I will also offer you a kosha relaxation, and the koshas are the layers of the multi-dimensional self. The yogis were wise in ancient times, and they knew that we were much more than our thinking mind. So just lie yourself down, get as cozy as you can, nestle into the ground or your chair or your sofa. Take rest. I'll begin the polarity breathing in just a moment. At this time, feel the arms resting on the ground. And if you can let the hands be turned up, imagine breathing into the palm of your left hand. And exhale through the palm of your right hand. Inhale through the palm of your left hand. Exhale through the palm of your right. Inhale through the soles of your feet. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through the soles of your feet. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your hips. Exhale through your shoulders. Inhale through your hips. Exhale through your shoulders. And know that you are resting in your physical body, known in the yoga world as the first layer of your multi-dimensional self, the Annamaya Kosha. Allowing the muscles and the organs of your body to relax, feeling that gentle pull of gravity. Surrendering your body to the place of its origin, the earth. And know that the next layer of your multi-dimensional self is the layer of the breath, the prana maya kosha. Allow your breath to be its simple, natural breath, the breath of your restful sleeping, like waves of the ocean, an eternal in and out, a wave coming into the shore and running back to sea. And now come to the layer of the mind, the manomaya kosha, letting the mind be free, lifting all restriction on thought, letting the mind roam as if dreaming, floating here, drifting there. And with the mind free, we drop behind the mind to the layer of the higher mind, the witness self, the Vijnana Maya Kosha, the self that is always present when mind is free, watching, quiet, seated in eternal now. And the final kosha layer of our multi-dimensional self is the layer of bliss, Ananda Maya Kosha. Let your awareness flow out in every direction, effortless, including everything in the universe, expanding in all directions. Very slowly now, begin to return to your breath. Breathing in a breath of light to your toes and ankles, shins and calves, knees and thighs. Imagine your whole torso filled with light, with life. If you're on the ground, you can slowly pull your knees into your chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And when you're ready, find your way back to a comfortable seated position, eyes still closed, staying still focused within. And as we come upright, we'll return to where we began and perhaps know the place for the first time. Metta, loving kindness. When we are in a relaxed state, it can be much easier to send these metta resolves to all humankind, animal kind, plant kind. May all beings be protected and safe. May all beings feel contented and pleased. May our body, mind, spirit be lifted in grace. May our lives unfold smoothly, with ease. And once again, I'll be sharing the Om sound. I come from the yoga tradition, so I'll be sending that vibration out. If you'd like to join me, do, and if not, just stay with your own internal focus. Inhaling. And bringing our hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Really send a blessing into your own body, your own heart and mind, and think for a moment if there was something that we did today that might be of use for you to do more. We did a lot with breathing, with sifting, i.e. scanning, identifying, feeling, and talking. We loved our lungs, we comforted our liver, and we rested in deep, deep relaxation. So if you're on the gallery view, feel free to click on that and just have a look at your neighbors and offer a namaste into these little boxes around the world. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll turn the baton back to Caroline. And just know that I will be happy to be in communication with you. I'm just an email away. And sometimes after a class like that, it's not always that easy to be jumping into thought. So whatever works for you is good.
We did have a question, which was if there should be any adjustment in the touching when you're pregnant.
You know, I answered it. I answered that question. And Qigong, I think, is probably the simplest, gentlest thing on earth. Obviously, I don't want to be digging, taking my fingers and really digging too hard, but a gentle little sweet touch, how perfect. Moms do that anyway. So you're practicing Qigong every time you're rubbing your belly when you're pregnant, and my deep congratulations. I think it's Sheridan. Yeah, so congratulations, Mama Bear.
I just thought it would be wonderful for everyone to hear that, because there might be folks that are more than one person that's pregnant, and also folks might want to share that with those that are pregnant.
Thank you.
I think that this was such a healing and relaxing session. I've been hearing from people that they're having a little bit of a difficult time sleeping.
Uh-huh.
And could you just review for us just maybe a few things we could do right before we go to sleep?
Oh, you know, you might laugh at this. Sleep has never been my greatest talent. I lived in a yoga ashram for 12 years and pretty much didn't sleep the whole time. Here I am to tell the tale. And that's one of the reasons why what we just did, a relaxation, if you can get a relaxation in each day, it will counteract some of the hours you're not getting if you have insomnia issues. That's one thing. This is one of the hardest things in our culture, but if you can start to think of your entire 24 hours and how can I serve my sleep? I know for me, it's really tempting at night to watch a funny video. It just gives me so much joy. However, being on our computers isn't so great before bedtime. So, you know, you've heard this. The medical community always says, you know, back it up. You know, maybe stop your computer watching at 8 or something, like, depending on when you're going to go to bed. Can you sit in a quiet space each night before you go to sleep? Maybe light a candle and take some long deep breaths. If you did what we just did, that would be really lovely before going to bed. Not to mention a nice hot bath with Epsom salts, which I do every night. So there's so many different ways that we can sleep better, but Qigong is one of them. It's such a gentle practice. Yoga can be, you know, very ballistic and intense and sweaty. Not mine, mine's very gentle, but Qigong, to me, is a real panacea for helping with sleep. Thanks for asking.
Yes, and of course we have a few other questions, but just to reiterate that what happens with this kind of work that you're talking about, Megha, is my understanding is that it sends us into our parasympathetic nervous system, and which is especially helpful when we're under stress or when we want to heal our bodies. And also, if we're not getting sleep, then doing practices like you're suggesting for sleep can really be helpful, because we can then be at rest and digest and in that parasympathetic nervous system during the day. Does that make sense to everybody, what we're talking about? That if, let's say I've only gotten 3.5 hours of sleep, but if I do a Qigong practice, or if I do a meditation practice, or if I just do some light breathing or even some Tai Chi, I'm actually resting my system too.
Yes, Caroline, thank you. And I actually had the parasympathetic nervous system all to talk about, and I didn't this class. It's so key. But I think one of the things about not sleeping is worry about not sleeping. And so all those decades of my 12 years at the ashram at Kripalu, living there, in the middle of the night, I would just lie there and practice my long, deep breaths, knowing that that would take me into parasympathetic. If I didn't sleep, so be it. At least I was practicing breathing. And I felt okay. I felt okay in the morning. So
beautiful. And then well, our last questions are, where can we find more recordings like this? This was fantastic.
Well,
thank you so much.
Did I say any? My website is letyouryogadance.com. And I have 2 free MP3s waiting for you at store.letyouryogadance.com. I'm just, oops, yeah, I think, I just wrote to Ellen instead of everybody. If you download these free classes, one is called Moon Tides and one is called Power and Grace. And Power and Grace has got this kosha meditation in it. It's really sweet. It doesn't cost you a dime, but you can noodle around and see all the other things I'm up to if you like, because that's a really those 2 are lovely practices. And Paul was asking what ashram. Kripalu was an ashram, and I lived there from 84 to 96. I survived. Imagine.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've been part of Kripalu for 35 years. Oh my heavens.
Yeah,
So,
isn't it amazing how time just flies by? So, what an amazing week we've had, everyone. Monday with Barbara Fredrickson and learning about, how to hold in two hands. I love that you started us with like, what was it,
the
Megha? In one
past,
hand, you
hold
have
the
the
past in one
past
hand
and
and the future in the other, and then bring them together into
right.
the great gift of the present.
Yeah, which reminds me of what Barbara was talking about, which is that we want to hold the negative and the positive. They both have something to teach us, but we want to balance the negative with the positive so that we can be in the present moment, so that our present moment gives us the hope and the resilience to carry on. And then yesterday, of course, we had Michael from Denmark and talking about TV news and how, once again, it's not about pretending. It's about really seeing what is real and what is informing ourselves about the news. But then on the other hand, talking to ourselves and about what's working and what's happening and what we can do and how we can grow from this crisis. So I thought, and then here we have today with you, Megha, how we can restore. So what a wonderful week. And tomorrow we have Michael Steger coming to talk about meaning. And I'm really looking forward to interviewing him. He's from Colorado. And has a lot to say about how we create meaning out of situations like this. So please, we'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Take care of yourselves, rest, restore, rejuvenate. Thank you to Megha for showing us how to do that. And I'm going to unmute everybody so that you can say
He's
hello.
prancing around like he is the most
See
amazing
you later.
physical.
Thank you.
Take care,
The moves
everybody.
that he makes, all these choreographic moves, and lifting his legs and